All right, hey, it's David Harris with Strength Performance Network here at the 2016 CSCCa conference from Fort Worth, Texas. We're here with one of our partners, Hammer Strength, on record, and the team are going to take us through some of the new advances in the Hammer Strength product line and some new product introductions. So, Lon, I know you got a lot to show here. We look forward to walking through this with you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Brian, being a part of the CSCCa, and thank you for all you've done for us, Hammer Strength, and really the Strength Initiative community. So we're excited to be here today. Brought a lot of new products, some things that we're working on and developing. Take a walk here and show you some stuff. So some of the newest additions to our family have entered into the plates, bumpers, dumbbells market, accessories market. Plates we have here are 12-sided urethane plates. Top of those side dumbbells. Okay. Hammer Strength logoed, fully customizable, okay, which is pretty exciting, especially for this market, in the schools market. On the other side, I see them. But in addition to these, we have a round and round rubber that helps us really hit any budget that we work in schools. Also with these, we now have multiple lines of bumper plates. So we have our urethane, these are our urethane black. Also offer the urethane in a colored bumper colors. On the black bumpers, what we've done to help identify colored numbers, the Hammer Strength logo being the same, it's dark gray on both. We also have our rubber bumper. Which is a really, really good high-quality rubber bumper. I would best describe this as a dead bumper, so not a lot of bounce to this, which I think is really important in your rooms, especially you get some tight quarters, maybe in the high schools. The rubber bumper, full color all the way through that, right? And we also have an entry-level bumper, which we bring today, which is a standard black bumper. That won't have the Hammer brand, but part of the accessories family. Make our way over. See, in addition to all of these, we have full line bars. So number of style bars, 29 for power bars, 28 millimeter comp bars, 15 kg bars for lighter bars, just the full comp, really for any level of athletics. Done a pretty good job. I don't know if you can see that, Brian. Being able to identify the bars really easily in a room, okay? So we'll let coaches and athletes know what type of bar, the weight of the bar, whether it's a bushing or a needle bearing bar, okay? Within our bumpers, like we talked about on the 12-sided, our bumpers, the same bumpers, but customize those, all right? Process, just going to continue to work through, working with a number of schools, trying to get the properly placed, work different colors as well, then so we can help them market the school proper brand their product. Okay. Some partners we have in the accessories business. See here the DC box, okay, which is a great product. Very easy to move. We have 2-inch blocks, which give a lot of flexibility to coaches to be able to make quick adjustments and those micro adjustments you might need, okay, for a number of different reasons. Some the accessories on our new accessories tray over Brian, medicine balls, kettlebells, sandbells, really just trying to put together a full package to be able to offer any coach when they're trying to put a full room together, or if they already have a great room and they just want to add some of the pieces to it, we want to be able to offer that to them. So, a lot here today. Again, as with everything that Hammer Strength, it's a process of development. We want to make sure we have the best product coming out the door, but make sure that we're following the lead of how we develop our products, the needs of how we develop our products, continue to put the best product out there. So I think our next stop here, we're going to bring on John Cassidy. Okay, John is our
Hi, David. See you again. Nice to see you.
John's our product is line and so many things that you've been able to from strengths.
So today I'm just going to give you a quick view of our new dual pull-down row station. We have a bunch of cable stations that we put on HD Elite. We have a cable column. We can put 2 cable columns on the back of a combo rack to create a DAP. We can also mix and match any one of those stations. So we can mix a cable column with a row, or a cable column with a pull down, or a pull down in the row on the back of a combo rack. With the addition of this piece, it gives us a little more flexibility, because what we've done is we've taken our row station and our pull down station and combined them into one station, so that now in a tighter space you can still utilize both those pieces, but also have a cable column in that same space. So pretty simple station, direct 1-to-1 ratio. You got your basic pull down. You get in place, down, so you don't have to try to grab the bar and then make an adjustment, slide under. You want to do a row on this instead of a pull down. Pretty quick, simple changeover. Take the bar off, plug it in, down, grab your row handle, your rows. The nice thing about this station, unlike others, is we don't have a secondary adjustment for your feet. What that does, say you're in here, you're doing your rows, you get into your pull downs, you leave your foot pegs out the spot where you did your row. You go to get out of this thing, you can stand up, you can trip on those. Yeah. So what we did is we tried to just make a nice, compact, tight, simple, minimum adjustments, straightforward piece.
That's nice.
Yep. That's it. And the other thing is, like I said, this can go on the back of the rack. We're showing it here as a standalone. All of our cable stations are available as a standalone if you want to put them along the wall, whatever, but they can also be joined to the back of any one of our combo racks. Great. So I think next we're going to have Tom take you through.
Hey, Tom.
Some side.
How you doing, Dave?
How are you?
Tom Profit.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. The next 2 pieces I'm going to show you is the newest addition to our portfolio as far as our equipment line goes. This is the Cybex Spark piece of the unit. It's all self-powered, no electricity required for it. And the great thing about this is it's not very expensive. It's also does not require power. Okay, it's all self-powered. And the other thing about it is you got 3 different positions that you can do on it. So you're going to hit different parts of the body as far as the muscle groups are concerned. I'll start with it. Here's your adjustment. Okay. And in this position, it gives you good stretch as far as a stride. And if you lean into it, you'll see I'm kind of mimicking a running position and a full stride, leaning forward. You come up on the balls of your feet so you can get good drive. Resistance is controlled here by a simple lever of moving it up for more resistance, down for less resistance. You have a monitor that will measure your watts as far as watts burned, calories burned, time used, so on. Okay? And show you the 3 different positions again, like leaning into it so you get it right up to your glutes and the quad. Now, move it to the middle position, right there. You'll see that I'm back farther now. Now I'm getting more, you imagine like a horse prancing type movement. You can visualize that. Getting a lot of quad right now. So I'm not getting much into my glute, getting more quad. Now if I take it, move it completely all the way forward. Now you're going to get a lot of quad, and you get right up here in the high part of your glute or upper butt, your lower back.
this typically incorporated into a program as a cardio type of a program?
What they do? Good question. The way they're using it is to do it in intervals of like 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and you can tell I'm out of breath already just by the little movement. But yeah, that's the way they're using it, more or less. And it is cardiovascular, but it is also an endurance type thing too, where you can get on it. But they use it in more shorter intervals. Yes.
Rehab standpoint, it seems like it's something that takes some of the pressure off the joints instead of running, for example.
It could be used at that. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, where you could get, because you can control the motion as far as the speed and the movement is concerned, especially coming probably post-op off of an ACL injury or something with your knees and stuff. Yeah, because you get a lot of it in the vastus medialis right in through here, in your main knee stabilizer muscle. Yes, good question. Yeah. Now, if we move on right behind you here, this is upper body ergometer. This is another SciFit. We have a whole complete line. They do total body or just upper body. Now, these are big into the rehab as far as, in the training rooms and stuff is where we put a lot of these. These are adjustable cranks. Cranks adjust to your arm and very easily by just pulling the yellow knob and you can move it in and out. The other great feature is that this adjusts to the height of the person. So you can move it all the way down for shorter and up for the taller. And it also is wheelchair accessible. Okay? So you can move it down for a wheelchair and bring it down all the way down to here, and you can move your wheelchair right in here and lock it in. Okay? But doing it in the standing position, which I'm going to set it for, get in here, basically get base set, just start cranking. Now, I deal with a lot of the pro sports. Professional baseball players love this piece because you can see the movement that it creates as far as the external and internal rotators. Yeah. And you can go reverse. Oh, yeah, you got, I think there's 15 different programs you can adjust and incorporate into it. But the other great thing about it is that we were at the NFL Combine, and Rocket Ishmael, who used to be the great wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, came into our room, and he had, I would say, probably the highest level concussion where he was basically could get his motor skills coordinated. Okay, he was that far, knocked out basically when he got hit in this one game. And he was explaining that he was going to therapy, but he was still out of whack with his motor skills, and it was like when he had walked, and when you walk, your right arm will go with your left foot, and vice versa. Well, that wasn't happening for him. So he ran into this doctor that took him and put him on an upper body ergometer. But after 2 times or 2 sessions using it, his motor skills connected again. It threw him back into the right sync. He said it was like a cord that had been pulled apart. It just wasn't connecting because our body is run on an electric system, And he said it just threw him right back in, and he said he was back out on the field in no time. Yeah, it does. That's a testimony from a professional player. And it was a great one that I had never even thought of, And then another guy came by yesterday, who's a chiropractor, and he says after he makes an adjustment with his people, he has one, and he gets them on it, and it kind of throws them all back in the sync again. Strengthening. Yes. Yeah, because you can adjust the tension or the resistance on it, and you can really, build up your muscles and your shoulders and stuff. Yeah, I remember watching Roger Clemens with the New York Yankees. He'd get on in 15 minutes before every night that when he was due to pitch. He just cranked it. He was just pouring sweat, come in and his workout stuff. And after he got done, he'd go get his uniform on and go out and throw BBs all night. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. He's great. Going to visit with Heather? Yeah. All right. Hello, Heather.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
You as well.
Indeed.
It's been a little while.
It has been a little while.
So what are we going to talk about here?
at this convention, I've seen over 1,000 different strength coaches, and openly, a lot of them with different logos. Have been at this school last year, but they've got a new school. What's amazing is, hey, y'all train athletes training really hard. Sometimes a little different rack configuration. And so what's great about the Hammer Strength HD Elite series is that it's custom configurable. So over 7,000 different ways that actually configure it to fit your program, your philosophy. And as strength conditioning coaches, you have to make it your own. And a lot of times you may not be able to start from ground zero. You've got to start with what you have and to build off of it. So it's a opportunity for being a new strength coach walking into that new job and being real excited about it, but still making their equipment their own. But as you grow with that program and we come out with different attachments, new and updated, they're generational. So as you move through it, you don't have to buy a whole new rack. You can buy the attachment. It will fit on it 2, 3, 4 years down the road so that, hey, I don't have to keep flipping these racks over and over. But I can stay up with what's going on and what you want to add to your program. Real excited about that to give an opportunity and options for the collegiate professional strength conditioning coaches as well. I'd like to introduce you to Blair. He's going to talk a lot about our custom configuration and our racks.
Great to see you.
You
today.
as well.
Thanks for your time. It's one of our big things coming with compounding what Heather said. You know, got the half rack here, and we move over and like this configuration next to us. This is a half rack power rack combination. Now, part of talking to you about your philosophy, how you want to train in the room, your spacing. That's a key. What people don't understand a lot of time, most expensive thing in that room is floor space. So how will you use your floor space? How we adapt to your training? That's why all the different combinations of racks. So in this case, we take this half power rack. This is a setup like you see even over on the board with USC. It's the exact same thing, and it fits their training philosophy. As you go on down the line, and Heather brought up different chin situation, how band attachments go, even things like your bumper storage, whether you want them or not. Like all bumper plates on a rack, you might want your bumper storage underneath. You actually have configurations where bumpers roll out the side. There's many options for the coach. The big thing is it's your program and your needs. That's our whole idea in making everything adaptable. That's the big thing about what we're trying to do is we want to talk to you about your program and how you train, because that's what's important. Then we want to look at your shell of your room and figure out what fits the square footage and the needs, and with our experience, bring that to help you program. It's really the thing what we're trying to do.
You have the option to customize things like some of the accessories, calling them accessories, the chin up, for example. Do you also have, looks like you also have the opportunity to expand back as well, if you'd like to.
I love where you're going on this, because it's still also, these weight configurations, just side, different settings. So depending on what you get, we can expand this rack. Again, this is the half rack, this is the power rack, but it could be a half rack combination. It could be a power rack combination. It's really about saving some space on your floor and going however you want to go. Then going on down the line, whether you're doing the bridges going across, talking about band and belt storage, whether you're talking about whether you have spotter platforms or not, those are all things that they can be added to your program. They can be taken away if you don't want those parts. Pivot points, band attachments, high and low, all things that can be added, and everything's retrofittable. So, you know, later on down the line, if you have new development or a new thing comes out, the racks are all made so those can be added. That's the magic behind the setup.
So can you talk starting date?
Oh, you know what? That's the best part. We have to deal with tell coaches, if we can get the shell of your room, and we talk, and we know what your philosophy is, what you're trying to achieve in your training, and we know your budget, we're going to exceed expectations. Now, the reality is, if you get 2 of those things, you're doing really well. Okay? But in the process, a lot of times we'll start a plan for a room, and it might be 2-3 years in advance. See, We're lining things up. There'll be a lot of adjustments over time, but bottom line is, if we have the shell of the room so we know where the posts are, or the water fountains, or the doors, and we know what you want to achieve, really make things rock. Because again, that's about saving that square feet in your room, making it how it flows and how it works.
Fantastic. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Come here.
Lon, thank you very much. It was an awesome tour. Thank you also for your partnership. You guys give us the ability to actually use this platform to provide more education for strength coaches, so we wouldn't be able to do it without you. So thank you guys for all of your support. And I think one of the interesting things that I learned here is the amount of customization that you actually are bringing to each coach and each program, which I think is just fantastic. So taking that philosophy, being able to actually personalize and customize, it's you're not mass producing things here. You're creating an individual program for each coach, which is fantastic.
Right, and thank you guys sincerely for everything you've done for us, everything you've done for Hammer Strength brand, ability to give back to support. Hope you got to see some of our team today. It's probably 60 years of coaching experience we have in the today. So, and on our athletics team, so it's really important we came from this. So any way we can give back to it, whether it's the Hammer Strength clinics, all of the events that we sponsor across the country, different organizations, but we lend our support to help support coaches grow provide them with opportunity. And you guys' partnership it's an easy one because you're doing this, done it very well, years, and we're on part of strength as well. So thank you very much.